I'm just waiting for my Lord to come, and He's coming soon.
Yo,
What's up, man? What's going on? Get the loud noise.
What's poppin', y'all?
Yeah. Nothing. No, same old, same old.
Hey, cuz,
Yeah.
where you got that, when yesterday you were talking to Chevy, you like, Chevy, you want to use Google, but I give you a real source about the Israelites. Where you got that from?
Where I get what from? The sources?
The information you read.
Oh, I got it out of this book called. But I
Huh?
have it in my notes. I have it in my notes because I wrote it out the book. Like, you can go on Google and get the book. I wouldn't care about that. But you got to understand with that Google, I could go on there and put something, and then somebody could go and read it and just say, "Oh, this is fact."
Yeah, yeah,
It's just some nigga that said the shit. You know what
yeah,
I
yeah.
but
mean?
you have that whole conception mixed up. Google does not. If Chief Eli puts something on Google and I ask Google something that he talked about, it's not gonna just pull up Chief Eli across the whole Google. AI goes into Siri when you ask Siri a question. It goes into the information and finds the most credible information and gives you sources to it.
If I could, the
You
Yeah,
just
one
go
don't
ahead,
like the
because
the
fact. You
the
just
one
don't like the
thing
fact that we
yeah.
could type it in and research it and get it in our hands quickly.
yeah,
Nobody wants to go read a book for 10 hours, bro, just to figure out something to prove to you, bro.
what I was gonna say, Chevy, though, is when it comes to Google, a lot of the times when it comes to our history, people have wrote things against what our history says. So, like, for example, when it comes to white people, nobody goes and writes history to try to disprove what white people say. But when we have our own history, people have done work to try to disprove what our history says. It's not like that for everybody
You're
else,
right.
though. So, like, when you
You're
go
right
to
on
the
that.
internet, when you go to the internet, right? It's not only going to pull up our history, it's gonna pull up what people have wrote about our history to say if it's true or not. And it's not like that for everybody. It's only like that for us. Like, I can't go on the internet and look up, like, sure, you can find maybe a few things, but for the most part, people believe in white history to its full extent, even though a lot of things in
Yeah,
white
but
history was lies.
Google is not Google. That's right and wrong. Why do I say that? I say that because I say that because you're treating Google like back in the day when we didn't have technology and people could lie in their books. You can't lie no more.
You know what?
Today's history is
You definitely
factual
can.
history, and if you lie, we can disprove it. I could, and yesterday I found a great source, and I gave it to Kakal. But
Hey,
the
let me
brother
ask
was
you a
yelling and
question, Chevy.
screaming. The brother was yelling. Let me finish. The brother was yelling and screaming. Wouldn't let me finish
Yeah,
talking, right? So I sent
yeah,
the link to Kakal. And guess what we
right.
found on Google yesterday? We
What's up?
found the first man, right? The first Haitian man in 1650 that wrote his first books on how the Native Americans and the Native Indians were actually part of the 10 tribes of Judah
Right.
through Google. So guess what? You
No,
can't
Google
discredit
didn't do
Google.
it. You provided a source.
I
That's
what?
all. That's what you have to do.
Hey,
I
It
Googled it.
just
I
has to
didn't
be
go
a
to the
source. I
library,
don't care.
bro. We're
So
not
if
we're
if
not
if I
stuck in the
Google,
60s, bro.
no, I'm
hey,
not. If
Chevy.
I Google Babylon the Timbuktu, that's still a source because Babylon the Timbuktu is a true book.
Okay,
You can
okay.
use Google,
But
but use
somebody
it for
wrote that
Google
book.
sources.
Somebody
Let,
wrote that book.
Hey,
Hey
hey,
You
Chevy,
believe,
you said
you
something,
believe the
Chevy, that was
person
real
who wrote
important,
that
right?
book? You
yeah, he
believe the
said something
person
real
who
You,
wrote
important.
that book?
I'm gonna tell you what you said. What you just said, Chevy. You said today we know if something's a lie and we can
Yes,
disprove it and everything like that. Then let me ask you a
that's right.
question: Is Jesus white?
According to Bible, and when I read the Bible, right, I know that Jesus was not white.
Okay,
But
everybody in the world,
I can't
for the
say.
most part,
Let me
believes that
finish.
Jesus is white, even though the whole
Yes,
world knows. A lot of us
yes.
know it's a lie.
But if you
I
Google
believed
it,
it till about
if you Google it,
2015.
if you
I
Google it,
believed it
it
till
gives you the right
2015.
answer. Hold on. For the sake of argument, if Rapaahyad was right now to Google, was Jesus white? It's gonna give him a direct answer of what most people, according to Bible. Now, there's also a key to this. You have to ask it correctly. If you ask it some dumb stuff, it's gonna give you dumb answers.
Watch
You
this.
have to
Watch this.
ask. You have to be very definitive in what you're trying to find out with
I'm
Google.
gonna show you something,
Otherwise,
right?
yeah, but you're gonna ask it something. If you
hey,
ask Google,
I'm gonna show you something. Watch
according to
this.
Holy
Can you see
Scripture,
my?
this is what
Can you
you're
see
gonna
my?
do. You're
Can you
gonna
see my
ask
screen?
Google.
let me,
Uh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Y'all can see my screen.
yeah.
Go
All
ahead.
right. Watch this.
I'm driving though, so if you could read it out to me, I appreciate it.
So all I'm doing is typing in Jesus. That's all I'm gonna do is type in Jesus on Google and watch what happens.
Well, of course, that's
Watch,
that's their
watch
artwork.
this. It's a white Jesus first thing that pop up. When I go to images, look at this. If I just type in Jesus on Google, this is what pops up.
Right, but now you're being a hypocrite, bro.
No, I'm
You're
not.
manipulating our argument. Here's the thing: Google is gonna show you if you type in Black Jesus, it'll show you Black Jesus.
I know,
he didn't
but
type
There's the
in white
pictures right
Jesus.
there.
He didn't
People
I
type
didn't
search
in
type
for
white
it
in white
there.
Jesus.
Jesus. I
These are
typed in
all
Jesus.
if
That's
black men
crazy.
spend more time painting Black Jesus, we would have more paintings up here. But
They burnt
unfortunately,
it.
No,
They
they
burnt
no,
it in
didn't.
the
Chevy.
Renaissance era. They
Bro, you
changed
lying,
they
bro. Stop
changed the
it.
faces.
Edwin, stop, bro.
Hey,
Stop.
There's a
hey,
book.
That's
hey,
being
hey,
ignorant, bro.
hey,
There's a book that
hey,
shows it.
You're being ignorant, bro. If you
There's a
Google
book
right
that
now,
shows it from the Renaissance era where they're
if you
painting
type
the
in,
Israelites, they're painting the disciples from black to white. They're painting
okay,
Jesus from black to
okay,
white.
if he types in
Mary from black
Israelites, I
to
bet
white.
you they're not gonna
That's
be
why the
black.
Catholics still have a black Madonna because they know Jesus and Mary was black. That's why they worship and kiss a
So
black
look
Madonna.
it
That's what the
up.
Pope does.
Ask the right question. I just told you that you
Chevy.
have to ask it the right question to
Chevy.
get your
But I
answer.
shouldn't
If
I
you
shouldn't
type in
the right
Jesus,
the right
Raphael,
answer
you
should have
type in
been
Jesus.
what would have
You
popped up.
you typed in Jesus, right? Right now,
Yes.
if I type in Michael Jordan, do you think it's gonna give me a white or blue Jordan? No, it's gonna give me
It's
Michael
gonna get
Jordan that the
and
world knows.
let me ask you a question.
hey,
Why is it gonna give
Chevy,
you a black Michael? Why is it gonna give you a
Chevy,
black Michael? That's a
that's
good
their
point.
point. That's their point, Chevy. If you
Why is it
type
gonna
in
give you
Michael
a black
Jordan,
Michael Jordan?
because
So
everybody
you
knows
wanna
he's black.
erase, right? You
Everybody
wanna
knows
erase
he's black.
history? Do you wanna erase history, or you
Erase
wanna go back?
history, erase it, that,
Let me finish.
They already erased the
Let
history
me
and
just say
gave us
one thing.
this.
Let me just say one
I'm
thing, and I'll shut
I'm
up.
I'm gonna
When
join
you
back after that too.
Jesus, right? You got all those pictures, right? Now, do you want to go back 300 years and tell all those artists to stop drawing those paintings and make them all black? If you
hell
go on
yeah.
today, Google
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Guess what comes up?
they need,
Unfortunately,
no,
unfortunately, people were not painting those things. Okay, they were too busy doing other dumb stuff, and now we don't have a good wealth of
no,
a
no.
library
That's
of
not true.
black
But
Jesus.
hold on. If you said Google is the right source to find information, is that what Rapaahyad said? He did not
Right,
type in white Jesus. He typed in Jesus.
right.
And Google knows that Jesus ain't white. Why they put him white if he just typed in Jesus? It's like this,
Because
Chevy.
he's not asking. He's not asking what
Why
if
do
you
you
type.
have to ask? You
Because I
said it
can.
yourself. Hold on. You
If you
said it
got
yourself.
5,000 pictures, if I got 5,000
Hold on,
pictures of
Chevy,
you
Chevy,
and
hold on. You
somebody,
contradicting yourself, though. You said it yourself.
you're just
Hey,
arguing, bro. You're not even making
listen
sense
to
right
what I'm
now.
saying, bro. I
What are
haven't
you
even
talking about?
spoke.
You're not listening.
I haven't even spoke.
All right, hey, go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. Go
You
ahead.
said that everybody knows that Michael Jordan is blessed, and you type of Michael Jordan is going to give the picture that everybody knows. You say Google
Right.
is a resourceful information site. So if it's true, then when I type in Jesus and everybody knows they go to Google because they should be smarter than humans, they should put a black Jesus on there, bro.
Yes, but these are people drawing their version of Jesus.
Or an
There is
AI
no
Jesus.
Exactly.
Jesus, bro. Nobody said
Exactly. Those
Jesus.
are so the
Okay? So
information you're
black
getting.
people,
So,
black people had their own
Chevy,
black Jesus.
Chevy.
We would have
So
our own black Jesus, bro.
Chevy. So
So
that's
don't do
exactly what they.
this, bro.
That's what my cousin and them is telling you. It's
Okay,
all
so
information.
how is
It-
that wrong
Why is
information?
this man not
How does
listening,
that
bro?
work?
Because
Listen
he
to
don't
what
want
I'm
to listen.
saying.
Be
He's gonna
common sense.
you.
You sound like
Chevy,
an idiot, bro.
Chevy. You don't have to disrespect because you don't understand, bro. What I'm trying to
You're
tell
not
you is
making sense.
listen to what
And
I'm
There's
I'm
no
saying.
disrespecting.
Listen to
You're
this.
really trying to
Listen to
make
what I'm
it seem
saying.
like it's like
You contradicting yourself. You're
how?
saying,
You're not
Google,
answering the
let me
question.
finish. No, you say you're gonna let me talk and be quiet, dog.
You're
You
lying
said,
right now.
you said, you said that Google is a responsible information site,
So it's not.
right?
You're saying it's not, right?
So what I'm trying to say
Did you
is
need to
that you
change
just
president?
said,
Did you need to
you
change
God,
president
let me
instead of
talk,
Google?
man. Let me talk. You clearly just said it's because they've been painting white Jesus. My cousin told you it's because they've been writing lies about Google. So you say the same thing my cousin's saying, but you
So you're
defending your
saying. So you're saying you can't.
wow.
You
This
can't
man don't listen,
unlie it.
dog.
You're saying you can't unlie it, right? That's what you're saying. You're
What I'm
asking
saying
Google.
is,
I don't know if you're asking.
anybody can give Google a thought. You're not reading
It's
a
not
resourceful
anybody. It's years of paintings he just rolled up.
years
It's
of
not
paintings,
anybody. These are
years of,
great painters in
but
history who
Google,
painted him white.
Google is smart.
Go
If
down and
Google,
paint him black.
listen, if the Bible says that Jesus has black feet and brown this and brown that, then why when you type in Jesus in Google, the
Go
brown this
ask
and
the
brown that?
artist.
You see what
Go
I mean?
ask the
You see what
artist.
I mean?
Go
He don't want to
ask the
listen.
artist.
Chevy.
He don't
Hey
want to
Chevy.
listen.
Because you're not
He
educated.
act like
Go
Google
ask
hired an artist. You
Michelangelo.
act
Go
like
ask
Google hired
Michelangelo the
Chevy.
artist.
Chevy, you
Y'all need
act
to
like
get back
Google
to
hired an
Chevy.
artist, bro. Google did not hire
Chevy.
an artist. It's the
Do you know how
information. Hold on,
Those
cuz.
are
It's the
paintings that were
information.
painted.
It's the information
That's
that people
their
have been.
Jesus.
Chevy.
If you
It's
thought Jesus was white,
Chevy. Chevy.
if you
Chevy.
think Jesus is white, you would
Chevy.
paint him white.
Chevy. It's the information that people have been putting on for years about Jesus being white. That's what they're trying to tell you. You
They
keep
think he's
saying,
white. You
Chevy,
gonna blame him?
Chevy. You keep saying that Google is very smart and will read off the Bible and let us know that Jesus is black. So why is not doing that? Because it's going
Because he didn't.
about Chevy. It's going about the
He looked up
information
images.
Chevy
What you
and
yelling for?
Chevy.
You asked me a question.
Chevy! It's going about
You
the
asked me a
information,
question. I answered.
Chevy! Are you there? Okay, there we go. It's going about the information about everybody that's been putting it in Google. That's why they keep putting the white Jesus. The information, Google's not doing its own research. It's going about everybody's information. Now you
Okay,
got the
go for it,
floor.
bro.
Now you got the floor.
Well, you're not gonna believe what I have to say anyway, because I'm not an Israelite. So what should I even say to you?
I
I
don't care
mean,
if you're an Israelite now. I'm not an Israelite. I just
gave
believe
you
in
one
truth.
example. I gave you one example, and you didn't even understand my analogy. You just arguing with me.
I didn't
So
argue. I was
I'm
talking.
gonna
You
be.
was
Hey,
arguing. I don't
Hey
argue.
Chevy.
You talk.
all right. Let me get the floor for 2 minutes, and I'll give you an example, and
You
then
didn't
you
even
tell
let
me
me
if
get
I'm
the
wrong.
floor. You didn't even let me get the floor.
You just said you got the floor, right?
Yeah, because well, the whole time
Okay.
you're gonna have to go
So I'm
through.
gonna give you an example. Are you gonna communicate with me without a bias, or are you gonna communicate with me with hatred
Sherry,
and bias?
Sherry, Sherry. I'm only about
When
truth,
you
bro.
say the facts
Okay,
anyway
I'm
you're
in
only
the
about
about truth.
truth,
argument,
right? Okay. So now, today is 2025, right? Michael Jordan dies. In the year 5000, people are writing books and calling him a white man, right? And they're mad. They're like, "Oh, Jordan was white. Jordan was white. He wasn't black. He was white." They've been lying to us, right? and then they Google it, and they see that he's black. Get mad because all the history that we have about Jordan is that he's a black man who played for the Chicago Bulls. You can't get mad if you see a black Jordan and you thought he was white. In the time where all these pictures were drawn, these people thought he was white. They didn't forcefully do it like, okay, you know what? We're going to make him white because we want to. That's your opinion.
Chevy, you can
If,
Google that. You
let me
can
finish.
Google this.
Let me finish, bro.
Oh my
Let me
God!
finish.
No, because you're
If
saying
I'm reading
stupid
the
shit.
Bible, let me finish, bro. Let me finish.
This
If
is
I
crazy.
read the Bible, and I've always said that Jesus is brown, and I'm an artist, and I draw him according to what I believe, right? And then I post it through history. I'm talking about hundreds of years ago. I'm drawing. I'm the greatest artist on the planet. I'm Michelangelo, right? And I'm painting him as an Arab. Now in 2025, you look up Google, you're gonna see all my artwork. You can't blame Google for that. Go blame the guy who drew him incorrectly. You guys are blaming Google. That don't make no common sense. No common sense at
You're
all.
muted.
Chevy, you just answered our question without even knowing that you're on our side. That's what my cousin's telling you. Google is not resourceful because it's taking
I never said
information.
that.
Listen,
That's you
it's
saying
can
that.
I didn't interrupt you, bro. God damn, I didn't interrupt you.
You're lying.
The Google is not resourceful because it's taking information from other men. Google, if I type in Jesus, I should get a black Jesus. Why? Because Google should go from the Bible and read what it says about Jesus and his skin complexion and put it out for me to see. But it's putting out other people's information. That's what my cousin is telling you, and you saying the same thing. Blame the
So
painter.
I'm not smart enough to know what other people's information is correct or incorrect. He reads books that
How would
different
you know?
guys.
Was you there? Was you there back in the day to know which one is
Again,
correct?
again, again. You're
No,
arguing
no,
with
no,
me
no, no, no.
because
I'm asking you a
you
question.
don't want to come to
How
the
would
truth.
you
Hey,
know? Was you there?
Okay, how do I know? How do I know, right? Because
They
what I
lied
know
about
about
Jesus being white, so they're gonna lie about the Israelites being black.
can I just say
okay,
one
you're
fact?
asking me, you're asking me, so I'm answering you, right?
Good, good.
Okay, how do I know what's right and wrong, right? He typed in Jesus, and he knew what was gonna happen. He knew all the white Jesus was gonna pop up. That's their argument. Okay, wonderful, good for you. When I know that that's what happens with Google, what I do is I type in my search engine. I say this: according to Holy Scriptures, what race was Jesus? And it gives me a very direct answer that most likely, according to what the scriptures say, he's probably from the Middle East and probably looks like this. And it shows an Arab person. Now, is that true or not? I'm not 100% sure because I wasn't there. However, according to the history, according to where he lived and where he was born, it makes a lot of sense. And according to that, and what I read in the Bible, I put those two together. And if it's correct, it's correct. If it's not, I put it to the side. I don't believe everything that Google says, but I do know how to research through Google. Because tomorrow, if I need to fix a flat tire and I say, how do I change my tire on a Chevy 2025? It'll tell me the truth. It's not going to lie to me. So
Yeah, yeah,
Google is not
that.
a bad source of information.
No, that is good. That's good to tell you how to fix a tire. Yeah,
Okay, so it can tell you how to fix a
but
tire,
but
but guess
but
what?
but by letting us
Google
know.
just says what you like, you happy. That's what you're
No,
saying.
no, this Chevy. When it comes to history, the white man always trying to cover the history. For
So
instance,
you're saying,
for it, no,
okay,
no. Listen, I didn't say nothing. How would you gonna say? How you gonna tell me what I said if I didn't even say nothing yet? Now listen, for instance, we all know
Google's
that
not the
back
white
then,
man, bro.
we all know that back then there was no white Israel people. There was no people in Israel that's white. Because right now to this day, they have the second skin cancer, worst skin cancer in the world. Because that's not their native land. But they came with that, then they paint Jesus as white. So they make you think that the Israelites are white when the truth is the Israelite had color. You see what I'm saying? So when you Google stuff
Yeah,
about the
but it
Israelites,
can't prove.
wait a minute, when you Google stuff about the Israelites, you're not gonna get the right information. You have to really go get books. You can't Google Israelite. You can't Google it. You see what I'm saying? You can use
Okay,
Google
so
to get the right information, but you can't use
okay,
Google's information.
okay. So now your cousin always argues against Google, right? So why doesn't he give us the sources where he wants us to go find
He did.
black Hebrew
He gave it
Israelites?
to you last night.
Where? You don't
That's
even
why.
type it in.
That's why I
He
asked him.
never.
Cause
He
that's
says it
what
all out in his
Chevy.
book.
You didn't hear my question? Hey, cuz, what was that you get that source of information that you gave Chevy about the Israel? That's why I asked him, because I wanted to read it. He
Yeah, I
told
want to
you,
read it too.
he
I
told
want to read
you,
it
he told you that you use
word.
Google and he's using the real sources. So that's why, like, yo,
Right,
cuz, I want to know what's that source so I can read on it.
right. But what happens when you find out that that source was written by a man who's a liar? Then you're gonna still
Every
believe it?
book, the Bible is written by a man. What do you want me to say? Is it lie too?
I didn't say any man. I said, what if you find out, you read that source, and you find out that this person that wrote that source is not truthful? You're still gonna believe in that
How
book?
am I going to find that out? Who was there to prove that?
You could definitely find that out. We could write up an author. We did that yesterday on Google. Brought up a brother named Thomas, who's a Haitian, who wrote a book that's proving that the Native Americans were 10 out of Google. We found great information, but he says Google is no good. I can't argue. I cannot knock Google. I'll knock the people that are putting information in Google, but I'm not gonna knock Google because Google is one of the main sources that I use every day, all day for everything, bro. And it never lies to me. If you don't ask it the question correctly, that's my argument. If you don't ask it the question correctly, it might be fooled. You can fool Google also. You can ask it dumb stuff. If you ask it, show me Chinese Jesus, I'm sure it'll find you pictures of people that drew Jesus as a Chinese man. You feel what I'm saying?
And can I tell you
That's
something? Can I tell you something? Check this out. If the Israelites were white, right? Or Arabs, and they went to
uh-huh.
West Africa, why there's no white or Arabs in West Africa right now?
Because see the thing is, here's my issue.
You see what I mean?
He told me yesterday, right? And I'm not even arguing because like you said, you want the truth, Chief, and that's what I want. If the truth is that this is the truth, what they're preaching, hey man, I'm all for it, man. More power to
I
you.
did. Hey, listen.
You know what I'm saying? Now here's
When my cousin first told me that they're Black American, I didn't say he lied. I did my own research apart from everything you said. And
right,
I follow history, and I follow everything you talking about. When the Romans had the Jesus after Jesus died, the Romans had all these people in captivity and everything, and they all migrated to West. I followed all of that till they got here. And you even said to Bud, this is why Bud stopped talking to you, because you said
right,
something. You said something that you didn't even realize that you were talking about the Israelites. You said there was the black man sold the black people to the white man because they were part of a different tribe. This is what you told Bud. And I was
right.
like, damn.
That's not true though.
Hold on. I didn't know that was true. I didn't even call you a liar. You know what I did? I went and
Look
researched
it
what
up.
you said. And I was like,
Let's see.
damn, Chevy's right. Black
Right,
people did sell black people to the white man, and it was a different
right,
tribe. And my cousin
right.
just told you, they keep telling you, you know why they sold us? Because we were Israelites. We were different than
That's
the
not true.
Africans.
That's not true though. They didn't sell they're again. They're mixing words for you.
No,
What
they didn't
I'm
mix the
telling you
word.
is
You
no, no, no.
confirmed it.
Let me finish. Let me finish. What I'm saying is a black tribe and another black tribe from Africa, not from nowhere else, not from Israel, not from the Middle East, not being transported down into the ships, none of that. A black tribe fights another black tribe on the land of Africa. The losing team either gets destroyed, killed, or sold to the white man.
Yeah.
But now, hundreds of years later, this brother's telling me that that never happened, and the only slaves were Hebrew Israelites. I'm sorry, I can't believe that. You're taking away from all the ancestors that suffered from Africa, and you're taking away their faith.
But you know what? You said it yourself.
I didn't say the tribes of Judah, the
No,
tribes of Israel.
you didn't say no
I
name.
said, so
You didn't say no name. You said
that's it.
one
So
tribe.
why do you put them on me though? You being a smart butt. You putting
Well,
them on me. I never talked about no Hebrew Israelite.
hey, I
I
never
never
said Chevy. You know what's your problem? You don't listen because I never said that.
okay.
I
And you're
never said
comparing
nothing like that. I
you're
said
comparing
you
my
couldn't.
example
Can I
to
say?
them being right.
Can I say what I said so you can
Go ahead.
understand and stop talking over me?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What you clearly said that it was two tribes from that was inside Africa, one betting
Any
on
tribe.
another, and one bet, but there was only two tribes that night that was gambling, according to you. One
Yeah, I
tribe
would say.
lost and gave it to the white man. Now, I can
Wait.
assure
What
you,
are you
hold
talking
up,
about? What are you talking about? Who was gambling? I'm not saying you're
gambling like
100.
whoever won, whoever lost gets sold to the white man. This is what you said,
No,
right?
that was the common thing. It was not gambling.
Okay, now
It was
listen.
to say
I'm
if your
saying
tribe,
gambling. Chevy. Don't
if
lose.
your tribe fights my
Chevy,
tribe,
I know
we're
what you're
either gonna kill
saying.
y'all or
Chevy,
we're gonna capture y'all and sell y'all to the
I
white
know
man.
what you're saying, bro. Today we
Right.
call that gambling. Listen,
So go ahead and name
listen,
the tribes.
listen, listen. Back then, if you
Yeah.
know how tribe works, in my area, there couldn't be another tribe. They couldn't be our tribe, and we had to kill y'all.
Right.
Right? Okay, so that tribe there migrated there, right? So
Right.
they did a little bet and they lost. That's why they
Right.
went to the white man. That had to be the Israelites. Why? Because back then in
What?
Africa, listen to me. Back then in Africa, there can't be no tribe, other tribe amongst my land. So
So you're saying Africa was one big tribe? That's what you're saying?
no, Africa is not one big tribe. They have many tribes. But let's
Thank you.
say Carol City is my land, chief, right? I'm chief. Nigga, I'm not gonna
Right.
let your tribe come over there and hang out. Nigga, you better go to higher live somewhere, nigga. What you
Okay,
doing?
but
Okay, so guess
why does that
what?
make
So you want to stay here? Hold on, listen, man. So you want to stay here with me? All right, now let's bet then. Let's have this bet, and whoever loses, I'm gonna send you to them crackers.
okay?
That's what happened because everybody know the
Right.
African tribes was very territorial. They're not
Right.
gonna
So
let you sit there
how
in
does
their
that make
land
the Israelite? How does that make the Hebrew Israelites the losers?
because they migrated.
Where did they come from?
Chevy, read the story. They migrated to West
Okay.
Africa, bro.
Okay, you're right. Okay. They migrate to West Africa, right? Correct. Okay. Now, your cousin said that over 1 million people, right, were Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah.
I've searched everywhere.
No, but
I
see,
can't find.
my cousin, I be telling him they went to Ethiopia. They didn't just go to West Africa. I keep telling them they went to Kenya. They went to they went to Tanzania. They went all over. They just didn't go to one place. The majority of them went to Ethiopia. Why do you think
Yeah,
The Ethiopian Bible existed there? I
right.
keep
But they
telling
won't.
my cousin
They will
that
not. They
It
will
says
not
it
agree
says
with you.
that it says that it says that in 70
Hey, yo,
AD,
let me see
a
that. Let me see
million
that, bro. What does
Israelites
it say on the
fled
bottom?
into fled into
What does it say at the bottom? Men
Africa,
of what?
Ethiopia,
Okay. Hey,
Roman
I'm working
Persia.
on something for you with that, bro. You're gonna like it.
I always told you that I always told you a lot of Israelites went to Ethiopia, bro. I always
Yeah,
told you
but
that,
they won't
cuz.
agree with you. They will
Ethiopia
not
in
agree with
Africa.
you. They don't agree with truth sometimes. Now, here's my
Is
thing. Here's my thing.
Ethiopia in Africa?
When I
It
said
says they went
tribes
into
fought each
Africa.
other,
That's what it said.
when I say tribes fought each other, right? I didn't say nothing about no Hebrew Israelites. But to me, that's a whole
You
different
didn't
story.
say that. You didn't say that at
Let me
all,
finish.
Chevy.
Yeah, let me finish. That's a whole different story. I didn't even know about these topics when me and you and Bud was talking. We never was talking about no Hebrew Israelites until Edwin got,
And I'm gonna
Edwin
say it
started talking.
again. You never said that, Chevy, but you
Right.
just don't know. You just don't know that you was talking about them without knowing. That's all.
Okay. Now here's my thing. I'm talking about all African tribes, right? Fighting each other, going to war,
Impossible.
like you said.
It's
They
impossible.
do. The Nigerians don't
Which
like the Tanzanians. The
yeah, but they too far
don't
away.
like
They too
the
far away. They're too far away, dog. We're talking about the ones in that
okay.
immediate area. In that
Okay.
immediate area.
So
We're
you're
not.
saying Okay, so now, they're saying that they got 1 million shipped down, right, through West Africa, and then came to America. And till today, nobody can prove to me who is who, because their argument is that if you were a slave, you were a Hebrew Israelite. Again, that goes against common sense.
The Bible
If you
said
got,
that.
again, you're not even gonna let me
The
finish.
Bible said that curse.
All right, you
But
know
you
what?
see,
Hey,
hold up. You're
okay,
going
go
with
ahead.
common sense, and I'm going with scripture. That's the
Okay,
difference
go
between
ahead.
me and you. You're
Okay, go
going
ahead.
with common sense. The Bible said the punishment to them was they will be in captivity to a land that's not even theirs. Okay?
Okay,
So
and
you
that
keep
happened
talking
when?
about common
That happened
sense.
in
If
when?
you had
That
common
already
sense,
happened.
if you had common sense, you would see that no, that did not happen. It's still going.
Okay, bro. All right, according to what
That's a
scripture, bro?
fact.
All right, man. All right, bro. Hey, you're. They got you, bro. They got you. You go
No,
ahead
the
and leave
Bible
that.
got me, bro. The Bible got
Yeah,
me.
the Bible got you.
You,
No,
you, you know what? The
that's
thing
not
about
your
you,
interpretation.
you read
That's
everything
not
with
your
hate, Chevy.
interpretation of the
You read
Bible. That's
everything
your
with hate.
interpretation.
You read everything with
That's
hate.
I
You
don't
don't
hate.
read nothing with your brains.
I'm not bad. You can read what
Use
I
your
said.
brains, bro. Use your
Yes,
brains.
yeah. I'm using my
Are your
brain. You're
peoples
telling me
enslaved right now?
what?
Are Chinese people enslaved right now? Who are
Yes, they're
enslaved in
being
the
sold
world
left,
right
right, and
now?
center. Do you
How
realize they're
is
being
Chinese
sold?
people? Chinese
Kids
people?
are being sold
Do
right
you
now.
know? Do
Indians
you
are being
know?
enslaved right now.
Do you know
Congolese
Chinese
people are being
people?
enslaved right now.
Do you
You're
know
denying
Chinese
everything.
people? Do you know Chinese people financially are the most powerful people right now in the world?
So you're saying there's no slavery going on in their nation? You're telling me that right now in Congo, little kids are not being sold
In
to
their
dogs?
own
Man,
land, in their own land,
bro,
but not in
bro,
the stranger's land, like the Bible
bro.
say.
That's
That's
their
what you
land.
don't
Now
understand.
that's their land. Now, for the sake of argument,
Chinese
that's their
people,
land.
Chinese
Okay,
people are slave and communism to their own land.
okay, okay.
Okay, the
All
Bible
right. So,
saying that you
so
see
going
the
back
thing
to
about you is like you like running your dick suckers instead of listening to your ears, my nigga. I'm trying to tell you something, bro. The Bible says that you will be in captivity to a land that's not yours. Who are those people, Chevy? You're smart. Who are those
all
people?
races,
Oh
all
my
races are
God,
oppressed.
dog. This nigga
Name
dumb
one
as
race
hell.
that didn't
This
happen to.
nigga. All
Name
right, go
one
ahead, bro.
race. Name one race that didn't happen to since you're so smart.
Hey,
Name one.
Chevy, when it come
Slavery is
down,
still going on
White
today.
when it
people.
come down to
Slavery
White
is
this,
people.
still going on today.
What
Hold on.
white
Let me
people?
talk
White
to the
people.
land. Let me
You
finish.
asked
Let
me
Chevy,
me
one
finish.
race. You
Let
asked
me
me one
finish.
Chevy,
race,
I'm gonna tell
right?
you
All right, go
something.
ahead.
White
Go
What
people.
ahead.
it come
White
down
people.
to is this, right?
Really? Okay.
Chevy,
And there,
Okay.
Chevy,
Right.
hold on,
Right
Rapaahyad. Hold
now.
on, Rapaahyad. White people.
Okay. Wonderful. Right now.
No,
Right now.
no.
You
What's your
got.
point? What's your point? White people.
They were never enslaved.
No, they was enslaved, but not in their. They're
Okay.
not in the stranger's land.
So white people weren't enslaved in a stranger's land.
No,
Okay.
they were
So give me
enslaved to their
another.
own people.
Okay. So
Now
white
you want
people
me to name
enslaved
another
black
one?
people.
They want me to name another one? Chinese
White
people.
people. So Chinese people never enslaved and brought to America to build railroads.
Yeah, are they still in slavery right now? They got their
No.
own land. They got their own language,
Okay.
don't they?
Okay. Okay.
Hold on.
Let's
Do
move
they
on.
got their own land and do they got their own language?
Okay. So what are you telling
Do
me?
they have their own land and do they have their own language?
No, they don't. You
Chinese
have their
people
own.
don't have their own land and their own language?
They have multiple languages. What are you trying to tell? What are you saying?
Chinese people have multiple language and multiple lands.
Right. So
damn.
black people don't.
Okay, this man's stupid, man.
What are you trying to
All
conclude?
right.
You're
No,
saying
no,
black
nothing,
people
nothing,
don't have
nothing,
their own
man.
land.
Hey, man, read your Bible, man. Read your Bible, man.
Hey, what it
I'm
come
saying,
down
I'm
to,
saying,
Chevy, is this right here, right? When it come down to the Bible, don't nobody match the Bible and the prophecies in the Bible but us. And if you believe in the Bible, then you should really look at that.
That's wonderful. But when you say us, you're not proving to me that you're the Israelites, bro. You have no proof. That's my
When I
whole
say
argument.
when I
You
say
keep saying
us,
us, but you don't know who you are.
black
hey,
people
hey,
ain't
hey, hey,
enslaved.
Rapper, are you a man that's in captivity in a stranger's land right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe that's your proof. That's enough right there.
Yeah, and
So
then this
so
is the
so how
major
about you,
thing.
Chief? Are you in captivity right now in a stranger's land?
I don't know where my land is. So yes, I am. I don't know if
So
I'm
are you
African.
ready for
I don't know I'm African. I don't know if I'm Taino. I don't know what I am.
exactly?
Why?
They don't know either.
What
They don't know either.
is
They're just
that's
saying
that's
that
what
their
makes you
ancestors were
that's what makes
slaves.
you
They're
an
Hebrew
Israelite.
Israelites.
That's what makes you an
Okay.
Israelite, Chevy. That's what makes
Okay.
you an Israelite.
So again, let me finish. Let me finish my explanation so you can understand what I understand. Because
Well,
if you don't let me finish what I know or understand, you're never going to understand
I
or
ain't gonna
help me
lie.
understand what you understand.
I was trying to explain though,
Right?
but I had got cut off. I had got cut off though.
Let,
What I was just trying to say, right? Nobody matches the prophecies that were supposed to. Okay, I don't know. People don't understand this, right? There are specific prophecies that were only supposed to happen to the Israelites, right?
yes, but
And
show me that you're the
The
Israelite.
Israelites. Hold
I'm
on. Don't cut me
asking you to
off.
prove
Don't
to me
cut me
that
off. Don't cut
you
me
and
off.
your
Let me just finish.
ancestors are Israelites. You
Hold on.
can't do it.
Don't cut
None
me
of
off.
y'all can. The
What I'm
Bible
saying.
gang, ISUPK, none of
This
y'all
is what
can
I'm
prove
saying though.
that you're
This is
the
what I'm
Hebrew
saying though.
Israelite. The only
Are the
thing you can say
Israelites?
is, oh,
Are
we
the
were
is
slaves, so we're
Chevy?
Hebrew Israelites.
Chevy, answer this question: is the Israelites a race of people?
Are the Israelites a race of people?
Yes.
There's many races and ethnicities in the 12 tribes.
No. The 12 tribes are one nation, the nation of Israel. That means that's their race. Now within that nation, there's different tribes in that nation, but they all are one race, which would be Israel. That's true, right?
According to Bible, I don't see no race or no color
Okay,
anywhere in there.
well, when it comes to the 12 tribes of Israel, they come from
Because according to what you said, one
one
kid could come
man,
out
which
white
would
and the
be
other kid could come
Israel,
out black.
which would make all of them brothers of one nation, right? So when it comes down to the Bible, these people were prophesied that if they did things that they weren't supposed to do,
Mm-hmm.
that they will go into slavery. And the slavery they will go to is in a land that is not theirs. They will lose their heritage, which is their identity, their land, and they will lose their language.
Okay,
And
so
they would
okay,
never be
okay, wait,
able
wait,
to
wait, wait.
and hold on, last point.
Okay, okay, let's talk. Okay,
And
last
they
point.
would never be able to get it back. Show me a
Okay,
people who that's happened to.
okay. Now, I'm gonna show you. Whether you like my answer or not, that's on you. According to historical study right now, today, when you look it up, and you can find whatever source you want to look at up in, okay? There were over 12.5 million people from Africa enslaved in the slave trade and brought to America.
Uh-huh.
Out of which, hold on, let me finish. Out of which, your brother Edwin says 1 million were Hebrew Israelites. Now, in 2025,
I didn't say
we got
1 million.
all these, let me finish. We got all these people that were enslaved and brought to America who were men of color, right? You're saying as long as you're one of those people, you're a Hebrew Israelite. How is that meant? How is that common sensely possible?
First of all,
Let
it's
If
a
me tell you
twelve,
lie.
something.
First
if
of
Hold
let
on,
me finish.
let me
all,
let
that's a
me help you
lie.
under
That's
let
a
me help you under
lie.
hold on,
Okay,
So
so
they
Let me
lie.
help
how
No,
is
let
not
me
you.
how
I'm
is
not saying you
Tempo,
lying. I'm not
Tempo.
saying you lying. I'm saying
I
the
know.
math. Hold on. The math that they gave
I'm gonna help
you
him
about
understand.
12 million black people,
I'm
Africans.
gonna help
That's not accurate.
I'm gonna help him understand
is it
something,
less or
kinfolk.
higher?
It's less. It's way less.
I got the
What
floor. I got
Officer
the floor. I
Shamarwan
got the
was
floor.
telling you,
Let me just finish. Let me just finish.
hold on. What he was saying is that I already know the source that he gave you. The source that he gave you is that in 70 AD, a million of us
A
went
million.
into Africa. So that
Okay.
was 1,500 years, 1,400 years before the transatlantic slave trade. So that's enough time for millions of more people to come and to populate in that land. He wasn't saying that there was only a million Jews ever who went into
All
Africa.
right. Let me reword it for you, man. I'll break it down to the easiest common denominator so you guys can argue about it. Okay.
No, we understand,
No,
but
no. Here's the thing. No, you
you
don't
just
understand.
said
You're gonna
that he
keep
said only a
claiming.
million went into
You're
Africa. That's
gonna
not
keep
true.
claiming that every black man that came through slavery is a Hebrew Israelite. That can't be physically possible. I'm sorry, bro. There's no possible way that you're gonna leave the
So the
whole
Bible's right.
you're gonna leave the whole continent of Africa that got enslaved and then give them no credit for going through what they
Hey,
went through.
Sherry. So the Bible's lying. So the Bible's lying. If the Bible, if okay, check this out. If the Bible was telling the truth, right? Hold
Let me
on.
answer. According to the
Hold on.
Bible line.
That was a rhetorical question. Check this out.
Okay.
The Bible tells you that you'll be a slave in a stranger's land that you will not know, and you will lose your identity, right? So how come he didn't lose identity? We will all know. We will all know we're African. That's what everybody always say African American. When a lot of people say, a lot of those Africans say, "You're not African. You're not one of us." They keep saying that to this day.
Yep.
Because they saying that because they're born in Africa today and you're not. Don't be ignorant,
But
bro.
Exactly.
if they were
That's
my
how you
people,
Africa
know.
came
see, but
first.
Chevy,
Okay.
Chevy,
Okay.
Chevy,
So
if
you
they
got
had compassion, if they had
okay.
compassion, they would say, yes, we are, those are my people, because the white man
Okay.
took them over there. But they had no
And that's how you
compassion.
know.
Why?
If
Because
it,
that's not them. They're not Israelites.
if
Okay.
if
All
if
right. Keep
if a
thinking that.
black person
Anyway,
I
if a
know.
black
The
person
Bible
leaves
let me go
says,
back.
America, if a
Let me just
black
finish my
person
point.
leaves
Let me
America
just finish my point.
Chevy,
since
you
Anyway,
didn't
since
say
I'm
your
gonna
slavery,
shut
point,
up.
brother. You keep
since
I'm
saying
gonna
that.
shut up.
slavery,
I'm gonna
since
shut up
slavery,
after
if
this.
a black man left
You're
America
saying
and went back to Africa and reclaimed the tribe and now is a part of a tribe, raising their family in a new tribe in Africa, they were never an Israelite. Because the curse is that that curse would be on Israelites until Jesus returned. So
okay.
if somebody
I agree
did,
with
let's
you,
say, let
but I don't agree
even to
how
your
you make
point,
them Israelites.
hold on, even
Here's
to
my
your
thing.
point, even to your point, Chevy, if somebody did come over here on a boat that was not a Hebrew Israelite, they ended up going back to the land.
No,
You would
my point is,
you would have to prove
if
you
I
would have to
go,
prove
no,
that
no,
they
no,
never went
listen,
back.
listen, no, you gotta, you can't be ignorant to this. I go to the school of Hebrew Israelites. Nobody knows me. Y'all know me already. Nobody knows me. I go there. They go to me. Where you from? I say I'm from Tanzania. Okay, where your ancestors from? I don't know. Were they enslaved? Yeah. You're a Hebrew Israelite.
No,
No,
that's not how
that's
it
not
works.
how it works. That's not how it works. Just
Yeah, it's
because
not
you're
how it works.
enslaved, just because you came through the slave ships through America, and you could have been a Nigerian, and you over here, and you don't know who your ancestors are. These Hebrew Israelites will accept you in,
Now,
and you guys are wrong for that. You
if
guys
you
have
don't
no
start with that,
proof.
you cooked.
You
I'm gonna
have
tell you where
no
you messed
proof
up.
that
I'm
you're
gonna
a
tell you
Hebrew
why you wouldn't get
Israelite.
in, Chevy, because
According to Bible or no Bible, you have
you
no
started
proof.
like this. You started like this, Chevy. You said, I'm from Tanzania. Your ass would have been cooked from the beginning. You from Tanzania. We don't got no
Why?
business with you. You from Tanzania.
Wow. See?
Now,
So there, this is how deep.
if you would have
This is what
started that
you
I'm from
agree with, Chief.
America,
This is
if
the
you would have
rhetoric you
started from
agree
I'm
with. You
from
love these people.
America,
You love these liars right here. They're lying so much, and you love them because they look at that. They're now it don't even matter what tribe or who you
Hey,
are. Now you gotta be
Chevy, do
fluent.
you believe in the
Now
Bible?
you gotta be
Do you
fluent.
believe in the
No,
this
no,
Bible?
no,
dude's
look.
funny.
No, no,
Do
no,
you
no, no,
believe in
no.
the Bible? Do you
Oh
believe in
yeah,
the
very
Bible?
much. But
You know why?
I
You know why
believe
you mad? You know
I
why
believe
you
Hey,
about
mad?
this
You know
nigga
why you
a
funny
mad?
as
lot of
hell.
different
Let me
I'm
tell you
from
Bibles.
why he's
Tanzania.
mad. Let me tell you why he's
A lot of
mad.
different
Let
Bibles.
me tell you why he don't understand. Because his people still got their own land and speak their own language. And he's trying to tell us
Yep.
about us like a white man usually do. You
We
see
had
what
to
I'm saying?
fight for it. It's
But
not
you're
my
still
fault you had to
God.
fight for your
We
land.
lost ours. What's my land? What's my land?
They don't wanna.
What is my land,
Okay,
Sammy?
let me
Who
answer that.
am
Let me
I?
explain.
Who am
Can
I?
I talk? Can I talk? Can I
Who,
talk?
who am I? Oh, that's all you
Okay.
do is
Let's
talk.
just say, let's just say that you, Edwin, and Rapaahyad figure out that you're Hebrew Israelites and that you never got your land back. Guess what? You guys, when we ask you, why don't you go take Israel back? Oh no, we're gonna wait till Jesus come back. He's gonna take
That's
it for
right.
us.
Do I
That's
got
right.
grenades? Do I got
Hey,
grenades?
don't
Do I
be
got rocket
lazy.
launchers?
Stop being
Hey,
lazy. We know our
Chevy.
land back.
You don't have brains. You think I got rocket launchers to go take Israel back? I got grenades? Do I got AKs? Do I got
So
that?
did Indian?
No,
Did
no,
Gandhi?
are you
Did
smart?
Gandhi have
Are you
that?
smart? Do you have that?
Did Gandhi have that? Did Gandhi
Who?
have that?
God ain't getting land back. He never lost it.
They walked up to those soldiers with no weapons.
You know what he did? He went on strike.
You're weak.
He went on strike. He said, we not gonna work. He said, we not gonna work.
No balls. That's what it is. You're
Hey,
He
lazy.
went
Gandhi ain't
on
do
a hunger
nothing.
strike for
You're not
three
gonna go
months.
take your land back.
Gandhi
None of
didn't
these
do
Hebrew
anything.
Israelites are
Hey,
ever gonna
hey,
get to that land and
Gandhi
take
went
your
on
land
strike
back.
for 3 months.
Hey, Chevy, fuck Gandhi.
Hey, that's on you. I mean, it is what it is.
He ain't do shit.
Gandhi was
But the
not
fact
losing
is,
his land. But see, you don't
the
understand. He's saying two different things. Gandhi was not losing his land. I don't know where he come up with
so
Gandhi.
how they got their independence? How did
Huh?
Haiti get their independence?
Haitians don't even belong there. They don't even belong there.
Okay, okay.
That's
So
not
they're
their
not Hebrew
land.
Israelites. That's not their land.
No, because they were slaves.
Okay, so they can't conquer a new land, but you can.
No, that's
No.
not how it works, Chevy.
Wow. What is their land? Where they from, Chevy? They lost their identity, Chevy. They
Okay,
speak
okay,
Creole. They speak
okay.
Creole,
So
and that's the. Hold
okay.
on. Let
So
me finish. Let me finish. They speak Creole, and that's the French or white man's language. We speak English. That's a white man's language. I speak Spanish. That's another white man's language. Where is their
so
identity,
don't
Chevy?
speak it.
Where is their identity? Where is their identity, Chevy?
Go find it. Why you arguing with me? I didn't say anything.
Israelites! Israelites! Don't get mad when we give you the
Okay,
answer. Don't get mad when they give you the answer. That's it.
so
Accept it.
first of all,
And call me Israelite. Call it. Call me.
okay.
Call us Israelites. Go
Now,
ahead.
again,
Say it. Say it.
biblically,
Say it.
again,
I'm gonna ask them for my jacket because I
biblically,
know I'm an Israelite, but
anyone.
I don't want to be part of the team.
Okay, okay. According to Rapaahyad, he
Uh huh.
explained what it takes to be a Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah.
Now,
What it takes.
why can't another brother who is not black, Latino, or Native American claim that if he's not in his land? Why is it
Yeah,
only
What,
because
you guys?
he didn't go with his whole nation into slavery. We went with our whole nation. We got conquered. Our whole all Hispanics got conquered at the same time.
but you know what he's
All
trying to
Native
say?
Americans
You know
got
what he's trying
conquered
to
at the
say?
same
You know,
time.
Raphael.
All black.
You know what he's trying to say? An African moves to the United States. Hey, I'm not in my land. I could be an Israelite. That's what he's trying to say.
Exactly.
Get
But
out of
They
here with
let
that
them.
dumb
They
crap.
let them.
Get out of
They
here with
let them.
777.
They let
It's
them.
like you're arguing with a
Okay,
third
hold
grader,
on.
bro.
maybe I need
So
to
wait
read
a
the
minute. So
scripture.
Yeah, read the
you're telling
scripture.
me,
Read the Bible,
so
because
hold
he
on, hold on,
respects Bible. He
The Bible
respects Bible
says,
more than history.
hold on.
No, no, no,
So
no. Read the
I
Bible so
respect
he can
Bible.
understand, because
I
he don't
respect
understand.
Bible, not their
hold on, I'm gonna
interpretation.
read
I'm
it right
sorry.
quick. It says it's
I
the
don't
book of
Okay, okay,
Deuteronomy,
listen,
they don't
chapter
interpret it your way.
explain to
28,
me
Okay,
again. I'm
okay, interpret
sorry.
it your way.
and
I'm sorry.
And the
Listen, interpret
Lord
your way.
shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt
Right?
see it no more. And
That
there
happened
you
already
shall be sold unto your enemies
in
for
Egypt.
bondmen and bondwomen.
Okay.
That's what it says.
Where does it say about you being brought to America?
It says you shall go into Egypt again with
That
ships.
is
That's
your
talking
strange
about
land.
America.
Where does it talk about you?
Because this is
Where was the Israelites stationed in
this is
Egypt
talk
again?
this is this and yeah, and that's a good point, but this is the major point. The word Egypt just means house of bondage.
That's
That's all
it.
it
Okay.
means. And we were brought into a
Hey,
land
cuz, you muted.
that was a house of bondage, which was America.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. So I'm still gonna look up stuff on Google. I don't know what you're trying to prove to me.
Now you could look up
I
whatever
still
you
don't
want to
believe.
look up.
I
It don't
still
take
don't
nothing
believe
away
that
from the
every
Bible
black.
though.
I still don't believe that every man that's in America, that's in part of the Hebrew Israelite nation, is a Hebrew Israelite because they just come up to you guys and say, "Oh, I don't know where my past is. I was a slave. My ancestors were slaves. Okay, you're a Hebrew Israelite."
Hey, you know how I
Even
know
though
somebody, you know
you
how I
make
know
up.
somebody a Hebrew
Okay,
Israelite?
how many percentage? What percentage of all the slave trade do Hebrew Israelites make up?
Ain't no telling. But what we do know
Ain't no
for a
telling. So
fact,
now
if
ain't
I
no
walk
telling.
up to
So
him,
you know all the records, but now ain't no
if I
telling.
walk up
I do
if if
144,000.
I walk up to a man right now and be like, "Hey, what's your nationality?" You know how I'm gonna know he Israelite if you say African American. That easy. If he African American,
So
he an Israelite.
anyone that says he's an African American is an Israelite.
Most
But
nine times out of
people know where
10.
they're from. They say
And
they're
that,
from God.
according to
They
Chief,
know.
listen to your Bible people. Look, that's Bible according to them. Anyone, you just say you're African American and you're Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
you take a
if
lot of
you
time
say
on
you
that.
Now you're a
African
joke.
American,
That's
that
a
means you
joke.
have no heritage.
That's a joke, bro. That's a joke.
Hey,
That's a
it
joke,
can be to
bro.
you.
I'm sorry. Biblically, you're not a Hebrew Israelite if you just say, "Oh, I'm African American." Sorry.
Shit,
I apologize, bro.
to me,
That
Just
that's
is
what
all.
he
to
That's
believes.
you
all
it
somebody
is.
got to say to
According
me.
to your interpretation, that's wonderful.
If somebody
That's
tell
great.
me they
Hey,
African American,
you,
all they gotta do is do their 90 days and
you know what I
everything
used to
gonna be
say?
cool.
You know what I used to say, Kakar? I mean, Raphael?
Huh?
They're like, yeah, man, my family's Afro-Latino. That's when you know you're Israelite.
That's a fact. Yep.
Okay.
If you say you
So
any Latino
so
race,
according to this, I would
if you
rather believe
black,
That's the
Google
reason
than
why
this
we
dumb
this
stuff
is how
right
we know
here.
you're not an Israelite. Because you don't got
I
the
would
spirit.
rather
You
You
just got
believe
the
said you
Google.
would
flesh.
rather read Google than the Bible? Wow,
Yeah,
you're
because
cursed.
man,
He's
hey
not
Chevy,
Bible.
Hey Chevy, you know how I know somebody
He didn't
say,
say Bible, you liar.
hey,
He just said
hey
this is what
Chevy,
we believe.
Chevy, you know how
You're
I say
ignorant,
I
bro.
know if somebody not an
Hey, all
Israelite.
y'all that are putting
If
words
I
in the
walk up
Bible
to
and
if I
lying
walk
on the
up to
real
him and I
people
be like, "What's
and
your
lying on
race?"
the true
Your
They gonna be
Israelites.
like,
IQ, your
Hey, Kenfolk, you know how I'm
is
gonna know somebody not an
empty.
Israelite? You know how I'm gonna know somebody not an Israelite? I'm gonna walk up to him. I'm gonna be like, "What's your race?" You know what they gonna say?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Tanzanian.
He knows where he's from. He knows where
Yeah,
he's from.
he gonna say I'm Nigerian. I'm Tanzanian. Oh yeah, you're not
Right,
an Israelite. Have a good day.
right.
They would have
Okay.
always said this.
Well, listen, according to my research, Edomites don't even exist no more because they were spread across all nations. They were destroyed. But you guys say they're white people. And
They
that's your
are.
interpretation.
Yeah,
It's
of course
No,
not
they
it's
my
say
not.
don't exist
interpretation
no
of the
more. How
Bible. I'm
convenient.
sorry. I'm sorry. That's not my interpretation of the Bible.
Hey,
I
What?
go off
We
what?
already
Hold on, hold
we
on. The
we
Bible
already
said they
debunked
get
that.
destroyed when Jesus comes. Did Jesus came already, Rapaahyad?
no,
Nope.
that's their interpretation.
No, the Bible.
You're
The Bible.
no,
I said the
you're
Bible. I said the Bible. The
well, speak for
Bible.
yourself.
The Bible said when Jesus comes, the nation of Edomites will be destroyed. So I'm
That's
Okay.
not.
right.
That's not hard to understand. That's
That's a
clear
fact.
English. There.
Right.
So
Okay. Very
Chevy,
good, Chief.
you know what it is.
But
You know this, Chevy. You
you're proving.
for some reason, you hate, and I don't know why. You're not an Israelite. You never
I
be.
don't hate.
Accept
I
that.
accept everybody. I
But
accept
you
blacks,
make it seem like they don't know
Latinos,
they're Israelites.
Puerto Ricans.
You
My
think
Bible.
Israelites is the white man you
No,
see
no,
over
no.
there.
Let me fit. Okay. My Bible accepts whites, blacks, Latinos, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Haitians, Nigerians,
Yeah,
Chinese.
your Bible don't accept that. You know why?
I
You know
don't
why your
accept
Bible
what
don't
you
accept
guys
that? You
say.
know why your Bible said that? Because in your Bible says when Jesus comes to Edomite, is
Right,
out of here.
right, right.
So you're lying
People
That's
say
again.
that
right.
got all excited just
That's
because you got
right.
a white
Man,
baby
I
daddy.
don't want to hear that
Hold
no
on.
more. I see the truth. I see the
Right.
truth. I see the truth. You've been lied to like every Christian, and you still live in
Every
Christianity.
woman can
You
answer that
are
question.
a
You
Christianity.
just got
You're
your
a
Bible,
Christianity.
so you are
Hey,
white.
hey, you know what? Try to get surgery, take some of that muscle off your nose, and put it to your brain. That's what happened there.
This how the
Cause
Almighty called me.
you're brainless, bro. You're brainless.
Your hat is on a little too tight.
No, my hat is
Hey,
on perfect. I got a
what
crown
I
on. This
do
not even
know
a hat.
for a
This is my
fact,
crown.
what I do
No,
know
but
for
look,
a
I
fact,
asked
I'm
you
gonna
an
look. Hey,
important question.
This is what a real Jew look like. This is what a real Jew look like. Look.
There's no, you gotta put a hole in your head. You gotta put a hole up
That's
top.
only if I'm reading the word, homie. That's only if I'm
And
reading
then
the
put a
word.
star of David. Yeah, put the star of David up there too, like Kakam does.
That's
Hey,
only if I'm
but
reading
I
the
that would
wanted
word.
to.
hey, that would be
I asked
clean though,
Raphael.
kinfolk.
Hell
That would
yeah.
be
Yeah,
clean.
well, that's a dope style there, ain't it? Um, I would ask Raphael the question, but he diverted.
You can ask me
When
any
it
question
comes
you
to an
want.
important question, you guys always divert just to be right, and that means you're manipulating God's word and you're lying on God. I asked you how much percentage of slavery were Hebrew Israelites, and you said countless,
All of
countless. So out of if let's
all
just
of them
say
that
there were
came
1 million
down
people
here
brought
got
over
traded
here,
into
you're
slave,
saying
all of
all the 1 million people were not African people from Nigeria or all the other continents.
I
They were just
hmm
Hebrew
I,
Israelites that
I
came
asked
over.
you.
right.
I asked it.
If I could
144. I said 144,000.
them. Everybody knew who they were. Everybody
if I
knew
could
who we
respond to
were.
that, right? Chevy. So you asked me what the percentage of. I'm gonna tell you, I don't know because they don't even know the percentage. In history, they don't know the percentage. But what I do know is that if those people did not remain in America, if those people did not remain enslaved, if those people
Mhm.
ever went back to Africa, they not an Israelite. That's what I do know.
Right. So again, but according to what you just said right now, you just said one, you don't know how much the percentage is. That's fine,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
That's cool. Because now we're
Yeah.
making sense. We're not arguing to argue or to be manipulative. We're now communicating and we're trying to come to the truth, right?
Yeah.
So now let's just say there were 3 million people who were enslaved during the transatlantic slave trade,
Uh
and they
huh.
were brought over here from Africa, right?
Hmm.
Can we say that 100% of them were not Hebrew Israelite?
I would say most likely
Yeah.
if they wasn't a Hebrew Israelite, they couldn't have been an African.
Okay. So let's just
And
say,
and, and not only that,
let's just
they
give it a
wouldn't have.
hypothetical. Let's give
Uh
it a
huh.
hypothetical, right? Let's just say 50-50. let's say out of every 100 men that
Right.
were captured and enslaved, 50 of them were Hebrew Israelites,
Mm-hmm.
and 50 of them were just the native Africans
Yeah.
from
See,
Africa.
that's not possible
Why you say that? I'm
because
just
they
giving a
wouldn't sell.
hypothetical.
They wouldn't. The people who were selling slaves. Let me ask you a question.
They were
Did
selling them
white
as
men?
tribes.
Did white men in America sell other white men to other to the Spanish?
No.
What?
Did white men in America sell other
Yeah,
white
but
men
that
to the
that has
Spanish?
that has
No,
you're trying to
I,
bend history now.
no,
Are
I'm
you
not.
saying
No,
that
I'm
no
trying to
black
help you
are
understand
you saying
something.
that no African male black men of color sold any African men black of
Okay,
color?
it doesn't matter
Now
if
you're saying
somebody is
okay.
black.
Now
It
you're
doesn't matter
saying
if somebody
that the
just
black
because
people in
somebody
Africa
Chevy,
sold
Chevy,
African
Chevy,
Chevy, it's
men.
their own,
No,
Chevy,
their
you're
own
Chevy, you're
tribe,
black.
their own
Chevy,
people.
hold on, y'all. Chevy is black to me in color.
Yeah. Now
You the
what?
same. I'm considered black. You the same exact color as me. You know that, right?
But he's just not a black man.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we.
I'm browner I think than you.
You a little more yellower, but at the same time, at the same time, we're not far off by shade. What you want to do is you want to say that Africans sold their own people into slavery. That's not true.
They did.
No,
Wow.
Africans sold Hebrew
Wow.
Israelites into
So,
slavery. And
but
the
look what
reason
you're
why I
doing.
made the
Okay, let's
analogy,
just say
hold on right quick, Chevy, let me just finish. The reason
go
why I
ahead.
made the
Kiki,
analogy that I did is I'm trying to show you that a white man would not sell another white man into slavery. That's not how it works. So why do you think that? And when I say a white man, I'm talking about an Englishman that was in the time of colonialism would not sell another Englishman into slavery, because that's not
if
they
you're the
wasn't
chief of
slaves.
your tribe, that's what I'm saying, Chevy. If you're the chief of your tribe, you're not going to sell your own people from your tribe. You know that
There wasn't
too.
one tribe. There wasn't just one tribe.
Chevy, Chevy.
How dumb are
I
you,
keep
bro?
telling you that.
There's
But
millions of men of color in Africa,
okay, check
and
this
you're
out.
saying that only the Hebrew Israelites got sold to the white man. That's
Dude, why
ludicrous.
is this man so hard to
That
understand,
is
dog?
ludicrous. That is
All right.
ludicrous, bro. You're saying
All right,
that out
Chevy.
of all the men of color, you know what?
Why you keep saying man of color? Why you keep saying
All the
that?
tribes, all the tribes, because they were men of color.
Yeah, but that's not that wasn't important back then.
All we saying is just because you black don't mean you an Israelite. Just
Exactly. Exactly.
okay.
So how come that's my
That's what you're
again,
saying.
I'm trying to get to a conclusion. If you don't argue with me and you reason with me, we'll understand each other. What I'm trying to tell you is every time when you go for I'll give you a perfect example. A man of color goes to the IUIS or whatever in New York with the purple gang.
Yeah.
He goes in there and they tell him, where you from? He goes, I'm African American. I'm an African American, right?
Right.
He don't know where his tribe came from or who the slaves were, none of that. He don't know. They're gonna accept him in,
Uh-huh.
even though he's not one of the Hebrew Israelites. He just came from like Nigeria somewhere or
They're
something.
Yeah.
definitely going to accept
You know
you
what I'm
in.
saying? So no, I'm not talking about me. With me, they could
Oh,
tell
they'll,
because
they'll let you in.
if I
You
go in
got
there and
money.
try to lie to them, they're not gonna believe me.
You
They're
don't
gonna
got a
say,
lot.
okay, you from Tanzania, but you look like your ancestors are from Asia, right? Because I look it.
No, Chevy. That's not how, if you go there, they'll accept you. I they'll accept you.
Okay, technically, but
Yeah.
Hebrew Israelites, the ones that you guys say are the truth, won't because they're gonna know that I come from freaking Bollywood.
Right.
Exactly.
I look like Slumdog Millionaire. They know that.
We
They're
gonna
not
know
gonna
that
accept
because
me.
we have things that they don't have, which is knowledge. They don't have any knowledge.
Okay, so you guys won't accept me, but that's
Yeah.
my issue right there. Is that not that I'm being accepted or not, but the fact is, just because you have more skin tone or you're more black and you don't know where you came from, you
It don't matter about
automatically
your skin
sin.
tone.
And you
It's
guys
not.
don't sit there and go, oh, you know
I
what? Let's do more research on this guy because he's not a real Hebrew Israelite. You're
Chevy. I
accepting
already said it's
everybody.
not about the skin tone.
And then when we ask you, show us proof that you're a Hebrew Israelite. Oh, well, my ancestors were enslaved. Well, Africans were enslaved too, but then you take that away from them and say, "No,
Chevy, you got to go back
Africans
to.
were
I'm gonna tell you what you got
enslaved.
to do.
They
You got
enslaved us and sold us."
you got to go back. You got to go back to the original question you asked me. You
Hey,
said
hold on. I got a call. Hold on one minute.
He ain't gonna understand, bro. Cause
Yeah,
he think of too much hate in his heart.
tenfold. This is what it come down to, right? If somebody, right, if stating that they were in transatlantic slave trade, let me just use his thing, right? His thing is that if somebody was on a slave boat, 50 of them was Hebrew Israelites and 50 of them was Africans, right? He's trying to use that to show that there could have been, or if there was 100 of them that were on the slave boats and 50 of them were Hebrew Israelites, who were the other ones, right? What it comes down to is that no other people was, if it wasn't an African, right? If it wasn't a Hebrew Israelite, it wasn't an African who got sold into
Yeah, I
slavery.
know. Nobody can show them
Maybe it
people.
was maybe it was an East Indian, maybe it was somebody else, but it wasn't an African because an African is not going to sell his own race. That's not
No.
how it
We
works.
have the well, not saying we have in that
That's
advent.
absolutely ludicrous what he just said. He said an African is not
What
going
you
to sell
saying,
his
The
own.
Kitty?
Africans have
And
sold
Eli's
our
agreeing with this.
Hold on, let
slaves
Kitty
all the
talk.
time. We sell out each other all the time.
Facts. Big facts.
Nah,
Oh, man. He
I'm
said the
talking about
Africans
during
don't sell each other.
slavery though. Like
That too. That too. If you
Hey,
during
and according to
slavery,
the
right?
Bible, the Israelites been doing that since the Bible days. Judas turned his back on Jesus, so stop the bullcrap. Stop the bullcrap.
No,
Wait, what
that's
side
not
are you on? Are you saying they turn on each other or they don't?
I'm saying they always been. The Israelites always turned on each other. Always. It's in the Bible.
yeah,
Right. So how come the
what I'm
Africans
saying
don't
Didn't
turn on
is
each other?
didn't Judas sold Jesus out for money?
yep.
yeah,
Okay
but he
then.
didn't sell
So
them into slavery. What I'm
But
talking
Jesus
no,
about
was
he
an
is
said it to
Israelite.
crucifixion. That's
Jesus
worse.
was an
no,
Israelite,
I'm
right?
not. What we talking about right now is slavery, right? When it comes to what that is, niggas do that in any race. Like a nigga, set up. He would all that Judas did was set up Jesus. He didn't sell him into slavery. He set him up. Every race sets people up. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is people don't send their whole entire half of their race into slavery. That's not how it works.
Okay, wait. So correct me if I'm wrong. What you're saying is the white man went to Africa,
Yes.
and then the African men of color from Africa, the African natives,
The African natives.
sold the Israelites to the white man and not their own people.
Yes.
So
Yes.
how did they
That's a
distinguish
lie.
who was African and who was
Hey, you see how
Israelite?
you look? You see how you look,
That's
and
a
you
good
see how we
question.
look? You look African. We don't.
What you
But I'm
mean we,
not.
dog?
That's a good
What you
question,
mean
Kiki.
we?
I'm
You
gonna
ain't
tell you how
nothing.
they.
What you
You know
talking
how
about?
Haitians
Hold on,
look?
bro. Hold on. You a Haitian?
Haitians
Hold on.
look.
You a
Kiki
Haitian?
asked a
Chevy,
very good
shut the
question.
hell up.
We what, dog?
You
We
sound like a
like
girl, but you
Israel.
not like a
You a
girl,
Hebrew
dog. You
Israelite.
look like a girl. Look at
We,
see how you just act. Look
we.
how you just
Hey,
act.
Man,
hey, hey! I ain't gonna
you
lie
a
though. Kiki
Dominican
asked a
Puerto
good
Rican,
question.
bro.
Yeah,
Hey,
she that's a good question.
if I can answer
Hey,
the question, she
hey,
said,
who
"How?"
out of your
Shut
ancestors
up,
who were
Chevy.
slaves?
Shut up.
You and Edwin.
Damn,
Who
bro.
was
I don't
slaves?
want to hear nothing you say. You talking with hate right
You know
now.
I'm right.
You talking
You
with
know I'm
hate. You're
right.
not right.
Hey,
You're not
hey,
right. You don't even know who you are. Where you
who
from?
was
Where
your
you
slave
from?
master?
Where you from?
Who was your slave?
Where you from? Vileda? Master
Which
Vileda.
one
Master
was a slave?
Vileda. Master Vileda, my slave man.
Hey, Edwin, which one of your great grandfathers was a slave? Tell me.
If I could,
His,
Y'all
right?
ain't got no answers.
Before, hold
Y'all
on.
put
Before
me
you
in
his
answer the
limbo.
question,
master, Master Rodriguez.
Who was a slave in your family? Yeah.
Master Rodriguez.
Yeah, all of them. You a liar. Y'all lying, bro. You know lying is a
So
sin,
you
right?
saying we were
hey,
slaves?
y'all. But hold on. We just skipped over Kiki
I
question,
thought
and he
you
asked
said
a
you
new
were made
question.
because of result of
He
slavery.
asked a whole
How did
new
you become a
question.
slave?
The
Exactly,
question,
stupid.
the question that Kiki
Oh
asked
my
is the one
God.
that's gonna help us get to the
The
bottom
black
of this
people had
shit.
sex with the people that was already there in the island. What are you talking about?
No, no, my grandfather's
You
black,
wasn't brought here on a
dummy.
boat.
My grandfather was black. My family was black. What is you
So he
talking
was brought
about?
over here on a boat? He was brought over here on a boat?
So Puerto Ricans are originally black people?
All I want to know is which one of
Answer
your
my
family
question.
members,
But Puerto Ricans are
which
original
one of
black
your
people.
family ancestors were brought
Why
here
he
on
ain't
a boat?
answering my question?
Which one of your ancestors were brought here on a boat?
My great 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 grandfather.
That's a lie. Prove it. That's a lie.
He's Puerto Rican.
You just lying
How
on
do
the
you
ground,
know?
bro.
How do you know? You fake ass
Bro,
Indonesian.
you a
You're not even
racist,
African.
bro.
You're from India.
How did he get to Puerto Rico then?
He's stupid. He talking about me
Bro,
because this is my cousin. Me and his great great grandfather and my great great grandfather is the same man that got here by slavery. You can't tell us.
Oh, okay. So you guys are gonna stand with that, huh? That he came through slavery, huh?
So how?
Okay.
So black people are Puerto Ricans?
Okay. Hey, so
Why
now
you can't answer the
now
question?
hold on. So
Are black
now
people Puerto Ricans?
there's many black Puerto Ricans.
Why?
Because they're black. What do you want me to tell you?
No. Why are there black people in Puerto Rico, Chevy?
You're saying they came from Israel through Africa?
Before they
Is
came
this
to
the London
America,
Encounter?
there was slaves in the Caribbean, Chevy.
Okay. So here
All
again,
right, man. Go back to King's question because this man
no,
don't know his
you're
history.
right. No, you're right. You're right. Again, you're proving my point by saying anybody that came through slavery is a Hebrew Israelite. That's
That's
not
right.
correct, bro. That's not correct.
All right, go back to King's. All
The
right,
brother
get out of
just
here.
said,
Go back to
the
King's
brother just
question. Go
said,
ahead, Robert. Y'all. This man's
the
slow.
brother just
Yeah, so
said, the brother just said he don't know.
Kiki
Hold on.
asked,
The
how are we
brother
supposed
just
to,
said,
how did they
hold on,
know
let
the
me finish my
difference?
statement.
It's
Bro,
easy. They
bro,
both feature
every time I'm
because
right, you say
Africans
no.
and Haitians they all look different.
You didn't have. You just
No,
said you don't know what
we talking about
percentage
in
of people.
Africa.
What
Yeah,
you just
Africans
said.
they all look.
You just said
Look at
percentage
Zach
of people,
Judah. Zach Judah look different.
Yeah, that's a good way, but it's another way to understand this, right?
bro. Didn't you just say you didn't know which percentage of people were slaves, all the Hebrew
Hold on,
Israelites, bro?
Chevy. You moving
Now
too
you're saying they're
fast.
all Hebrew Israelites, bro.
Let's get the. Do you even know what the
You
question
guys
is,
are
Chevy?
lying now, and
A
Chevy, do you
hundred,
know?
a hundred
Chevy,
forty-four thousand.
Chevy, do you know what the question is that Kiki asked?
all I know is we're trying to prove why Puerto Ricans
Okay. Did
are
you hear the
Hebrew
question?
Israelites. All of a
Did you hear the
sudden,
question
when
that she
they said
asked?
they're a result of the sexual things that happened between the white man and the slave, and that's how they
Chevy,
came
you
about.
moving too fast, my guy. You got to slow down. Did you hear the question that Kiki asked? It's
No,
gonna
what was the
benefit.
question?
This is what she asked. She said, "How did they know during slavery who was the Africans and who was the Hebrew Israelites?" That's what she asked. Now I'm trying to
Okay.
answer that question. I've been trying to answer that question for the last 10 minutes. The reason why
Okay.
they knew the difference is because the land that we was in Africa and our culture that we was practicing when they came over there. At
Right.
that point in time when they came over there, we was still practicing the Bible. We was practicing
Right.
the Bible. We wasn't practicing African traditions. And most
Correct.
importantly, we were still keeping holy days. We were still
Uh huh.
practicing circumcision. We were still doing all those
You just
things
cut yourself.
that they weren't doing.
You just cut yourself because all the slaves that came through the transatlantic slave trade were not all 100% practicing what you're talking about. They were actually
They
practicing the native African
No,
tribe.
they weren't. No, they
Oh
weren't.
my,
You think I'm gonna
you're
just say
bro.
some shit I don't
Hey
know?
Chief, watch out,
That's a
bro. These
fact.
brothers be lying. I'm telling you, bro.
I put the map,
Chevy,
I literally hold on right quick. Hold on. Because when y'all get to skipping over what I said, y'all not letting me get my whole point across. When they came and got us, there was literally a map that existed in the land where they came and got us, which was called the Slave Coast. The land where they got us was called the Kingdom of Judah in Africa.
No, it was not. But yeah,
Yes, it was.
no, it wasn't because
I
I
got the
did my.
history.
Okay, yep.
I got the
Okay,
history. I'll put it in the chat right now of what the map was
you
called. It was
right?
called Judah.
go ahead. Go ahead and put it in the chat so I can take a peek. I like
I
resources.
just put all three of the maps in the chat just now. I keep that on deck. Kingdom of Judah, Slave Coast. That's exactly what it's called right there.
Since the 1700s, right?
Yeah,
That say 1700s. What before that though? Before that, it
this is not
wasn't
just
that.
the 1700s. This is the map. This map is showing a map from the 1700s. That means at that point in time, that's what it was called. So before that, that's what it was called too.
Nigger land, Negro land.
Yeah,
That's what it was called, Negro land, spelt like that, Negro
that's what.
land.
Look it up. That's where we was
Nah,
at.
I don't recall my ancestors using those terms for that.
Because
Cause
you we not the same.
well, I
That's the
know
whole
we're
point.
not. We
That's
know
what I'm
that.
saying.
You're
Your
an Israelite.
that's a exactly,
Yeah.
and you are not. That's why you don't recall that because that's not where you lived at.
I recall times before that, but you're new. You're new to this. You're new
You
to
would have
this.
you would have been living in probably like Ethiopia or
For sure. Or
No, I
in that
Nigeria.
wouldn't.
region, Eastern
No, I
Africa,
wouldn't.
Northern African, really Eastern
Y'all,
African. We
y'all
was
still on
in
separate
we
continents.
was
Y'all
in
still in
like
division.
the lower part of Africa, like West Africa, lower West Africa, where the slave coasts were. That's where my people was from, according to history, and those maps prove it right
No,
there.
but we don't want. We won't show history, not his history. What's your history?
What do you mean?
Because it sounds like his history. Because that's what you're
Who
saying. His story is saying that this is where. But where is your story
The
telling you that?
Bible.
No,
you talking about? Like my
I
family?
get that, I get that, I get that. But let's just say the
Specifically with
Bible
my
wasn't
family,
invented. It wasn't
my family got
created
historical documents that we was on the boats that came over here to Africa, from Africa. My family.
as Israelites
What you
coming
mean?
over here on boats as Israelites. No, yes
There's
or
no
no,
history that
Israelites,
shows there's no histories that and documents that really show what we were called when we got over here.
right?
We
If
just
you
know
could
we
stop
was on those
accepting these
boats.
titles, yeah, you keep accepting the titles. Then, if your ancestors didn't even go by Israelites,
Oh no, my ancestors did go by being Israelites. We
I
had
just
Hebrew
asked you
names.
that. I just
We
asked you
spoke
when they were on
we
the
spoke a
boat.
Hebrew language.
When they were on the boat, was they going off of Israelites? Were they saying that? So you
Yeah,
need to figure out what they were
it
calling
was always
themselves
known that my
before.
people was Israelites. Specifically, when you go to the history, like even when Christopher Columbus first came over here, he knew to bring Hebrew translators. When we was
You said that
in
the other
in,
day.
I couldn't hear you.
You said that the other day.
Right, the history proves itself. We've been given the history since we've been in this chat. But most importantly, with the history, with the maps, with everything, we knew we was Israelites based off the Bible as well, because we have the same exact prophecies that were supposed to be for the Israelites that happened to us. Like the Bible prophesies of Israel, the Israelites going in slave boats thousands of years ago, before like thousands of years, like over 3,000 years before we went on the boats to America. Nobody else that happened to nobody else as a nation, but it happened to us as a nation. So we always knew by the prophecies and the history that we was the Israelites.
It says
History is just something on the side that can show it.
the Israelites are believed to have emerged as a distant culture from indigenous Canaanite people in the central highlands of Canaan. So where is that? Is that in that's in Africa?
So when it comes to the land of Canaan was the land that we ended up acquiring later, but that always was our land. It was just when we went back and got it, the Canaanites had took that land because according to the Bible, the Canaanites is after the whatchamacallit.
Are y'all an ancient kingdom? Would y'all be considered an ancient kingdom?
We the people that descend directly from
No, an
Adam.
ancient kingdom. Would you be
Yeah, if I
considered an
have one of those
ancient
clamp things at
You
kingdom?
home
scared
too.
the hell out of me, bro.
Yeah,
If I have
so
one of those clamp things for pull the wheel
when it come
pins
down
like you
to
did
it, right?
yesterday, if I have one,
We
I'll
were
bring it
ancient
to you.
kingdom, right?
All right.
Are
Because I
you?
think I got one at home.
The ancient kingdom of Israel is ancient from now. But if you want to go back to the time when we acquired the land of Canaan, we were an ancient kingdom way before the Canaanites were even created with Adam. Adam had the whole Garden of Eden, which was in the land that what we ended up being the land of Canaan later in time.
It. So yeah, it's. Never mind.
Yes. So when it come down to it, Adam, the land that the Canaanites inhabited that's the same land that Adam had before the flood. So before the flood,
So
Adam
how
was
do
in
we
that.
know that if the flood happened and washed everything away? How do we know
Hmm.
that this is the and on top of the flood washing of things away, it was earthquakes and all of that. So the land has shifted, right, within that time.
I
So
would say
how do
no.
they know that this is specifically this?
I would say no. The reason why we knew what the land was because of God. So like that land was
Whew,
always
somebody
called
else got it.
holy. Hold on. That land was always called holy land, right? So when we after Adam got destroyed and got took out of that holy
What
land, he
about the
got
other
kicked.
people that was with
Hold
Adam?
on. You
Because you
you
just
you asking
Adam
questions
Adam
before I
had
even
other
answer.
people
You're
though.
gonna have to hold on.
You gotta
So
make it make sense
when
for me.
when Adam and them got kicked out of that land, we went into another land, and that land got inhabited by other people until the flood. When after the flood, everybody got destroyed off the face of the earth, but Noah and his three sons. His
And them
So
animals in
that makes
there.
all of us Hebrew Israelites.
Yep.
hold
Everybody that
on,
came out
We
of the
no,
gotta
hold
womb.
be because
on,
the
bro.
flood
Y'all
took
y'all
everybody
interrupting
out.
me, bro. Y'all keep interrupting me. I'm
But
gonna let y'all talk to
you're
yourselves. I'm
We
cool
just
no,
with
but
trying
it.
to
I'm saying what you're
understand.
saying
I'm gonna
right
let y'all
now.
talk to yourselves.
There was no Israelite when the flood
What I'm
before the
trying
flood.
to there was no Israelites at that point in time. What I'm saying is when all these people
Right.
got wiped off the
So
face
y'all
of the
knew.
earth, it was Noah and his three sons. And his
And what
three
that boy
sons would
Chief
have
know that
came
doctrine quick.
his three sons came from
I
everybody
read my
on the
Bible.
planet
I read
right
my
now came
Bible.
from
Learn how
Noah.
Nah,
to
the
read
Bible
it.
don't teach that. The Bible don't teach that. The
So the
Hebrew
Bible don't
Israelites
teach about the
Bro,
Israelites.
the Bible
hold on,
the Bible
bro.
don't
God
teach that.
damn.
That's how I know you
God
don't read your
damn.
Bible.
I read it
If
very well. I
if
got cuts for
somebody's
them
trying
too.
to if somebody's trying to disprove what I say, let me teach them the correct thing. When it
But you're
come
not
down
teaching
to it,
correctly.
everybody on the planet today come from Noah. That's a
Not at
fact.
all. I came from Jeffrey and
Now
Sally.
those three sons
Hold on. Where you
started
say you
three
came from?
different group.
What she said?
Three, I don't know, but I don't really care to be honest, because she interrupted me. So
I mean, you
when it
talking
comes when it
nonsense.
come down to those three sons, one of them was
This your
Shem,
family?
one of them was Japheth, and one of them was Ham. Now Ham is the ancestor of the Canaanites. So at that point in time, they went into that land that Adam had, the land of Canaan. And in that, while they were in that land region, as time went on, Shem was still having sons, and he had a son that
But
ended
it
up
was
coming through
only
his
them
lineage
three.
named Abraham. Abraham was told to start going back to that land. Abraham was took out of the land of the Chaldeans and brought towards the land of Canaan. And in that time, he started taking over that land, right? And he got to live in the prom. He got to go to the promised land and live amongst the Canaanites, right? Look, that's how you get their ass gone, man.
I'm
You
listening,
start
my
bringing out
brother.
that
Go ahead.
history.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Yeah, see, she ain't want to hear that history. That's why her bitch ass left. Huh?
The two Africans left. The two Africans left.
Yeah, because they don't
The
want to
the
know their
hammies,
history.
The
the ham
hammies,
and cheese, the ham and
the
cheese,
hand-me-downs.
the hand me downs,
Where's
because
Joe?
that's what they getting.
Can you leave my door all the way open?
It means Chevy hot. Oh,
Yeah,
they
because they
got
don't want
you. They
they
got
want
you.
to
I like.
believe in the Bible, but they don't want to believe in the Bible history.
Yeah.
Thank
The
you.
Bible history teaches that the people of Canaan got stole the land of Adam, and we came back and took it back during from Abraham all the way to Moses. We went back to the land of Canaan and killed all the Canaanites and took our land back, which was the Holy Land, the
And
land of
that's a
milk and honey.
fact. And it's just crazy because you believe God loves everybody. God's the one that separated these nations,
Exactly.
not us.
That's a fact.
He said he made the bounds according to Adam, them boundaries, and then he's the one that separated. He said Abraham's different from his family. You know what I mean? He put
Facts.
a difference between Jacob and Esau. He put a difference between Isaac and Ishmael. The Lord did that. Thank you. We didn't do that. Abraham didn't want that. Thank you.
Yep. Oh, Captain Katazar broke that down too, cause
Yeah.
after camp on Saturday. he had tested our ass. I ain't gonna lie, he got on Isaiah ass. He was playing Christian with Isaiah.
Mm-hmm.
And that nigga fucked Isaiah up.
Yeah. No, for real. That be getting, yeah,
But what
that's
ended up
hard.
happening was he started breaking down.
Oh, hold on, man. Hold
What can I hear you, Rapaahyad?
Oh, there you
Rapaahyad,
go. My bad.
Rapaahyad, you muted.
Where Ishmael was doing something to, I think he was laughing or making fun of Isaac, and Sarah got mad and told Abraham to send Ishmael away.
Mm-hmm.
And after that happened, Ishmael, even though he got sent away, he got a blessing, but he wasn't able to be a part
Yep.
of the covenant like Isaac
Yep.
was.
That's
I
very
was
true.
like,
That's all Bible. All Bible. Hey, let me ask you this
Yeah,
question.
but the Lord separated them. See, Chevy, that's what I was saying. Like, if God loves everybody, then why did he separate them? He separated Abraham from his family. He separated Isaac and Ishmael, Jacob and Esau. The Lord did these things.
Yes, but that doesn't prove that the Lord is a hater and evil and wicked, like you make him to be.
No, he said he's a terrible
He's a
power.
forgiving God. He he
He causes
he
people to live and die.
he delivered the Israelites how many times after disobedience? And yet you say he's not a God of love. That's the false doctrine.
No, he loves us.
Oh, he loves you. Okay.
Jacob
No,
have
it's
I
more like
loved,
you guys
but
need a
Esau have
saving
I
more than
hated.
Thank you.
if the Edomites were disobedient to God, he would have saved them too, but they were filthy. They,
You do
He
know
always
that
says that
God.
when he's mad. When
all
he's
the other
mad,
nations,
the
all the other nations
the
did
most
everything God
murdering
wanted
people
except for the
become
Hebrew
the good
Israelites.
guys.
Yeah, and you know it's funny. You said that if God hated Esau, he would have did what to him.
If God hated Esau, he would have did what?
You said something about he would have did something to them.
God's wrath is clear, right? He's been. We know that God is God will he's not a liar. So if he gives you a law and says, okay, Chevy, you must drive to Fort Myers every day, and then I don't drive there, I'm gonna feel the consequences of not doing what God commands me to do. And that's what happened to you guys. And I'm hoping that after all of this, you guys don't do it all over again. Because it's incredible how many times in the Bible the Hebrew Israelites just keep dissing God. Anyway, I had a question.
Yeah, hold on, Chevy. But before you go there, you said something. You said God would have
Uh,
judged Esau. He said he was going to
God
judge him.
judges everybody, bro.
No,
I
but you
said God
saying if
won't
he
judge
hated
Esau.
him, if he you said if he hated Esau or anybody else, he would have did something to them, just like he did something to us.
No, I didn't say that.
So what'd you
You
say?
probably
You said
you must
something
have
similar to that.
misunderstood it. You must have misunderstood me.
I'm trying to
Okay,
I'm trying to get what you said because you said something.
let's let's say biblically, anybody, Esau, Israel, Moses, whoever, anybody that doesn't follow the law has a punishment.
Uh huh. So what does that mean about us?
But what about you?
It
You
seemed
got your
like you was
punishment.
trying to make a point to say that we
Didn't you
something was
guys
wrong
get
with us, like we was
did,
cursed or something.
didn't you get your punishment for being disobedient? Every
But
time, right? There
okay,
was a
but
time where
what does that prove though?
that he is a just God.
Yeah, but the other people haven't got their punishment yet though.
Who's that other people?
Like Esau, all the nations of the world haven't got their punishment. We got our punishment, but
Last
everybody
time
else
I
ain't got their
checked,
punishment.
according to the Holy Scriptures, the Edomites were destroyed.
So Jesus
They
came.
weren't though.
Jesus came already?
Again, you're going with what they do. They try to
No, no,
make it
I'm
so
going by the
everything is
Bible.
wrong.
I'm going by the Bible.
Okay, yeah,
Chevy,
keep
The
going by
why
the
are
Bible.
you lying on the word, bro?
Okay, yeah,
Why
all
you
right.
be lying
So
on the word?
okay, so answer my question. My question is, we know the Bible is true according to what Chief Eli is saying here. The Puerto Rican Hebrew Israelite whose parents were slaves.
Let's say it right, the Ephraim. Let's say it right, the Ephraim.
The Ephraim, Eli the Ephraim. Uh, the Bible is absolutely correct, right? My question is, if the people of Israel were taken out of their land and never put back in their land, right?
they
In
weren't.
what timeline did that happen in the Bible?
No, nobody. Israel was never put back in their land. What do you mean?
When were they taken out of their land in the Bible?
Yeah, we
They
were
never
taken out
were
of our
taken
land
up. They
in
migrated them.
70 A.D.
They were
In
slaves.
70,
Jesus
in,
said that
in
Jerusalem would be.
70,
Hold on. Jesus said that the Gentiles were trodden down Jerusalem until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. That's in the book of Matthew, chapter 24. He said, we're
yeah,
going to
but
get kicked
that's
out
not
of
the
our land.
Israelites, that's the Gentiles.
No, hold on. You didn't hear
That's
what I
what?
said. You're not listening, Chevy.
he not.
I
He not.
I
He
hear
not.
you.
I just
I'm
literally
asking you,
said
what do you
that
mean I'm not
Jesus
listening?
said,
He just
oh,
said
Chevy,
something to me.
Chevy, you have to listen, bro. If you
I'm
want my
trying to
answer,
listen to you. What do you
you
mean?
gotta
What you
listen to
just
my
said, the
answer.
Gentiles.
If you want the
Bro,
answer to what I'm saying, listen to what I'm saying correctly. You
Rapaahyad, one
misstated
minute
what
the
I said.
Gentiles are good, the next minute they're not. I don't,
That's
that's
not see,
contradicting
that's why I
your
said you're
doctrine.
not listening. What I
Okay, go
At
ahead.
said,
all.
is that we got kicked out of our land in 70 AD. And
70
Jesus
AD.
prophesied.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can I respond to
hold
that?
on, Chevy, hold on. Let me finish. God damn,
Okay.
bro, chill out. Jesus
Oh,
said,
there you go. Damning God.
Jesus
That's a sin.
prophesies that Jerusalem will be trodden down by the
Okay.
Gentiles
Okay.
until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Meaning,
Okay.